Previously from The Hood Blogger.
The Lex Street Massacre is the name given by the Philadelphia Daily News reporter to a mass murder that took place in Philly on December 28, 2000. It was the deadliest mass murder in Philly history. Hey yo, this SV Twiz, the Hood Blogger. You already know how I carry it. Today, we're going to talk about a hitman that was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences in prison for committing 6 murders and 1 attempt. Philadelphia United States Attorney Jacqueline C. Romero announced that Ernest Pressley, 43 of Philly, was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences by the United States District. One of the counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire and 4 counts of use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of murder for hire in connection with Presley's role in murdering 4 victims in Philly between 2017 and 2018, all in exchange for money. Presley's conduct also included his role of killing 2 victims in 2016 and 2017 and the attempt murder of a woman in 2018. In late 2018, the Philadelphia police joined with the FBI to investigate Pressley in a connection with the murder of SS, who was shot to death in the parking lot of Philadelphia apartment complex near 7400 Malvern Avenue in the early morning hours of September 1st, 2018. Presley was captured on surveillance footage near the scene, and the footage retrieved from the bar in the Philadelphia evening before when he was with SS and several other men. Presley was arrested in connection with this crime on September 7th, 2018. Law enforcement's investigation revealed that Presley was responsible for other murders in Philadelphia, including the killings of 2 tow truck drivers for A. Bob's Towing on January 12th and 13th, 2017. Presley agreed to kill the tow truck driver KF in exchange for money to prevent KF from testifying as a witness to an assault charge in trial in Philadelphia, in an effort to distract the law enforcement from the true motivation for KF's murder and to make it appear as though it was connected to a feud between rival tow truck companies. Presley selected at a random one of KF's co-workers, ER, and shot him to death as he left work on January 12, 2017. So basically, for him to make it look like a feud, he just killed another random truck driver that was a part of that company that ain't have nothing to do with nothing. He wasn't testifying to nothing. So that was near 4500 Melrose Street. The next day, Presley approached KF as they left his home and entered his tow truck, which was being driven by a co-worker, at which time Presley opened fire, fatally striking KF and injuring his co-worker, who was shot several times in his lower body. As the investigation developed further, Presley was also identified as a person who shot MR to death in Philadelphia on January 11th, 2017, near the intersection of East Sharpneck and Baldwin Streets, while MR was working on his vehicle at a garage in the area. In September 2012, during his guilty plea before Judge Robrano, Presley admitted that he murdered MR, ER, KF, and SS in exchange for money and at the direction of a drug trafficker. Around the time of each crime, Presley used his cellular phone to communicate with his co-conspirator to plan how they would end each murder and it would be carried out. Presley also admitted to shooting CY to death on July 19th, 2016, as CY sat on the porch of his residence near 1500 West Onley Ave. Presley also admitted his role in providing the location of a man that he knew was wanted dead by a Philadelphia drug trafficker, which later resulted in the death of YH, who was killed as a result of mistaken identity near the intersection of 56th Street and Ethan Street on July 24th, 2018. Finally, Pressley admitted that he attempted to kill a woman when he shot her in the arm as he arrived to her Philadelphia home on North Woodstock Street on July 9th, 2018.
This morning, a hitman in Philadelphia has been sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences for 6 murders and 1 attempted murder. Ernest Pressley pleaded guilty to the contract killings before a judge in September of last year. The most recent murder for hire happened in September of 2018 in the parking lot of an apartment complex in Overbrook. Pressley also admitted to killing 2 tow truck drivers in January of 2017. One of them was gunned down, leaving home for work. The now 43-year-old Pressley said he acted at the direction of a drug trafficker.
A House Democrat.
While the woman survived the gunshot wound, she later discovered that her home had been ransacked and several items, including her money and jewelry, were stolen. Several hours later, Pressley was identified as having sold a Rolex watch which belonged to the woman in Philadelphia pawn shop. Ernest Pressley is a hardened and chronic offender and a true menace to society. As Jacqueline McGuire, special agent in charge of FBI's Philadelphia's police division, for all the lives that he took and families he affected, this contract killer has duly earned each of his life sentences. The FBI and police department will continue to focus our partnership and resources on locking up the worst of the worst. So that's basically the story of, Pressley. He put a lot of people down. He was a hired hitman, and a lot of them was, connected between like the tow truck drivers and stuff like that. And truthfully, out of those victims, a few of them just ended up being, casualties, because like you heard about the tow truck joints, it's like he was just trying to make it look like it was a beef between tow truck companies. But regardless of all the lives that he took, you see at the end, he didn't have no problem with giving up the information on why he did it and who sent him to do it. This is why the streets don't pay. You can be dealing with somebody you feel like is a savage, or you feel like you putting bread on somebody's head, and then when it, once they wake up and smell the coffee, they pointing a finger at you, and now you going down with them. So at the end of the day, man, this SV Twiz, the hood blogger. I'm gonna keep these joints coming. Stay tuned. I got some heat in the mix, man. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know how we carry it.